São 6 da manhã do dia 10 de maio de 2014. Quase 13 anos depois do pior ataque terrorista da história dos Estados Unidos, 3 caixões com restos mortais de vítimas do 11 de setembro estão a ser transportados para o Ground Zero. Mais de 2.700 pessoas perderam a vida no dia 11 de setembro de 2001. A maior parte dos corpos ficou reduzida a fragmentos irreconhecíveis. No rescaldo dos ataques, teve início a maior investigação forense dos Estados Unidos.
We found, an arm over here, a leg over there, just pieces.
Desde então, os médicos legistas de Nova Iorque esticaram os limites da patologia forense para identificar quase 14 mil restos mortais.
And that's obviously his hair and his scalp. There's 3 teeth there.
Mas ainda estão desaparecidas 1.100 vítimas, perdidas sem deixar rastro.
By now, I expected to get some kind of remains, but you just kind of have to accept that you don't have any.
I don't have any physical remains at all. No grave to go to.
Com a última fase de testes a chegar ao fim, irão encontrar uma forma de identificar e devolver os corpos desaparecidos às famílias em luto.
Whatever the techniques are out there, anywhere on the planet, we're going to implant a World Trade Center.
Esta é a história não contada da maior análise forense da história criminal americana. Com acesso único aos cientistas que 13 anos depois continuam a trabalhar para ajudar as famílias do 11 de setembro. Nova Iorque, o Gabinete de Medicina Legal. Casa dos investigadores de locais de crimes da cidade.
The Office of Chief Medical Examiner is responsible for determining the cause of death of anyone who dies within the city of New York. And this could be suspicious death, such as a homicide. It could be someone who just dies in the street.
Eles investigam mais de 5.000 mortes por ano. Hoje em dia, o Laboratório de Biologia Forense é gerido pelo Dr. Mark Desire.
We've got one of the best crime labs, most advanced crime labs in the world.
Tem um volume de casos elevado e variado. Mas nos últimos 13 anos, um departamento inteiro tem trabalhado apenas num caso: identificar as vítimas do 11 de setembro. E continuam a trabalhar nisso.
This is the largest forensic investigation, in the history of New York City and the history of the United States.
Esta investigação extraordinária esticou os limites da ciência forense. Mas a última fase de teste está a terminar e as 1.115 famílias ainda à espera dos restos mortais dos seus entes queridos estão a ficar sem tempo. Às 8h50 da manhã de 11 de setembro de 2001, a equipa do Gabinete de Medicina Legal de Nova Iorque estava na sua habitual reunião semanal.
We had a knock on the door, and one of my staff members wanted to know if he could go downtown with the medical examiners to help set up a temporary morgue because a small plane had hit one of the World Trade Center buildings and there was fire.
No laboratório criminal, todos correram para as janelas. As torres gêmeas eram claramente visíveis a 8 km de distância.
And the North Tower was on fire. Smoke was coming out of the North Tower. And as we were watching, we saw the second plane hit right in front of us. Our team leader came bursting in and said, "We gotta go."
Mark apressou-se a chegar ao local. Era óbvio que iriam encontrar mortos. Ambas as torres estavam de pé quando ele chegou, pouco antes das 10.
We were going to set a temporary morgue across the street from the South Tower, and it hadn't been 3 seconds after Dr. Hirsch had given us instructions, and he had sort of turned around to look at the South Tower, and that's when the South Tower cracked. The first floor was right over our heads. When I first saw it, I thought, that was it. This is how I'm going to die. As the debris started to rain down on us, hitting my head and then just knocked me into the building and fell onto my legs and crushed my foot, knocked me out of my shoes. Though your adrenaline was running so high, they weren't feeling any pain. I had no clue until hours later that my foot was even broken.
As torres gêmeas colapsaram, espalhando milhões de toneladas de destroços por 6 hectares, enterrando vítimas sob pilhas de poeira e escombros. Ninguém sabia quantas pessoas tinham morrido. O local infernal representava o desafio de uma vida para os serviços de emergência de Nova York. Após 2 horas, mais de 1000 pessoas procuravam sobreviventes no Ground Zero. Entre eles estava o chefe adjunto dos bombeiros, Jim Riches. Ele estava desesperado para encontrar um homem em particular, o seu filho bombeiro, Jimmy.
I came home that night and I told my wife, I said, there are people, they are going to find people. I'm almost certain. There's a lot of voids around. People are probably trapped and breathing there. We'll get to them. We're listening for them. And just never happened.
Apenas 18 pessoas foram retiradas com vida do Ground Zero. A missão de resgate transformou-se rapidamente numa busca pelos mortos, mas encontraram poucos corpos inteiros.
We found arms, legs, people cut in half. We found one of my son's friends. Bottom half was there. I looked in his wallet and we saw his name and put the wallet back in, so hopefully they can identify him and let the family have an identification. We never found the top half.
As vítimas tinham sido desfeitas e esmagadas com o colapso das torres. Nas primeiras 6 semanas, mais de 8.000 partes de corpos foram recuperadas do Ground Zero. O número crescente de restos mortais era levado para 16 caravanas refrigeradas, onde os cientistas começaram a examiná-los.
We had the range of sizes from something incredibly small, less than an inch long, to something which was a partial body, a torso or a head or a hand or a leg.
Jim Riches acabou por encontrar o seu filho, Jimmy. Partes do seu corpo estavam a 18 metros, enterradas sob toneladas de destroços.
His helmet was crushed like a pancake, flat. And my son's body was in about 20 pieces. And we put them all together and we wrapped his body in an American flag on a stretcher. We walked up the pit, the ramp. It's probably about 200 yards long to walk up out of there. There were probably about 1,000 firemen on each side lined up, saluting. I called my wife and I said, we found him. He's coming home. And it was good. I was glad to bury him, and I felt I had done my job.
Mas menos de 10% das vítimas podiam ser identificadas visualmente. Muitos dos fragmentos que estavam no gabinete de medicina legal eram irreconhecíveis. O trabalho parecia avassalador.
Most of the work we did was bloodstain work, or saliva. I mean, not that we hadn't analyzed body parts, we certainly had, but not on this scale.
6 semanas após os ataques, apenas 500 pessoas tinham sido identificadas, principalmente através de impressões digitais e registros dentários. Mais de 2.000 famílias em luto não tinham nada. A pressão era elevada. Mas poderia a ciência vencer o desafio de identificar as vítimas?
I was getting worried because it was really clear to me that we weren't going to make many identifications if we didn't have a better way of testing them.
A 11 de setembro de 2001, o irmão de Matt Campbell, Jeff, estava a assistir a uma conferência no World Trade Center.
Jeff was a year and a couple of weeks younger than me. From an early age, he was doing well academically at school. He was bright, very intellectual chap, but very sociable.
Jeff tinha 31 anos e era consultor de riscos da Reuters. Tinha construído uma vida em Nova York com a noiva, Caroline.
6 weeks after we'd met, we decided to move in together. We were making plans to move over to England and probably start a family, but
4 dias após os ataques, a família Campbell voou para Nova York. Com Caroline procuraram nos hospitais de Nova York com a esperança de encontrar Jeff com vida.
you know, going through my mind, I still kept thinking that there's a chance that he could be alive. You create fantasies in your head that, you know, maybe he's in a hospital in a coma and no one has identified him yet. You know, someone like him, who had such a nice, larger-than-life personality, it just didn't make sense that he was not on this planet anymore.
Mas quando a família visitou o Ground Zero, uma verdade terrível tornou-se clara.
That is the
photo that the can echo. I mean, that's me, that's my wife, Mel, that's Caroline, and that's my mum there.
You looked up and you just saw, you just knew there was absolutely no chance.
Yeah, just to sort of see nothing left was shocking, you know. Plus the fact that obviously Jeff is 100% dead, there's no way he'd survived.
Os restos mortais de Jeff estavam entre as toneladas de destroços ainda espalhados pelo Ground Zero. Então a família Campbell voltou para casa sem nada. Mas engenheiros com equipamento pesado já estavam a mexer nos destroços. A 12 de setembro foi tomada a decisão de transportar os destroços para uma enorme lixeira a 37 km de distância, em Staten Island, com o nome infeliz de Fresh Kills, mortes recentes. Aqui iriam analisar cuidadosamente os destroços para recuperar os restos mortais. Dennis Diggins ajudou a supervisionar o gigantesco transporte.
It was overwhelming in the beginning. We immediately put about 1,500 people from the sanitation at Ground Zero to assist in moving material.
Os destroços eram carregados em caminhões no Ground Zero, transferidos para barcas e levados através da baía do Rio Hudson para Fresh Kills. Demorou 10 meses a transportar 1,8 milhões de toneladas.
We were going to make sure that everything came in here was searched. It was just not even an option to us that we would leave material that wasn't searched.
Mais de 1000 pessoas trabalharam sem parar, remexendo os destroços cheios de poeira cinzenta em busca dos bocados mais pequenos de restos mortais.
We knew the importance of it. We knew what it meant to families. Everything was searched down to a quarter of an inch.
Quando a operação em Fresh Kills terminou a 26 de julho de 2002, os trabalhadores tinham recuperado 4.257 partes de corpos. Juntamente com as aproximadamente 19.000 recuperadas no Ground Zero, foram enviadas para o Gabinete de Medicina Legal para serem identificadas. Após a sua fuga dramática no 11 de setembro, Mark Desire acabou por liderar a equipa forense.
The quickest way to identify an individual is visually through a photo. And then fingerprints and dental records are also very quick. Tattoos, scars, any identifying body marks.
Mas a maior parte dos restos mortais do 11 de setembro eram demasiado pequenos ou estavam danificados, e para os cientistas forenses havia outro desafio quase avassalador.
The way the buildings fell, it became absolutely possible that there was going to be commingling of remains. One person dying on top of another person, decomposing, their tissues melting together, if you will.
A maior esperança da equipe era o ADN. Os testes de ADN eram precisos, mas necessitam de mais tempo para dar resultados.
DNA is usually the fallback, and it has been traditionally. When no other method will work, use DNA because it's the longest, the most tedious, takes the most time.
Em 7 meses, a equipa tinha conseguido identificar 968 vítimas e devolver os restos mortais às famílias. Mas era impossível manter o ritmo.
I realized that the samples that coming into the laboratory were beginning to become badly decomposed because we had rubble that was hot and was moist because they were spraying it with water. And so this is a perfect place for biological material to decompose.
All of the things that destroy DNA were present at Ground Zero, and these include fire, heat, sunlight, water, insects, mold, bacteria, chemicals such as jet fuel, diesel fuel.
Os investigadores costumam extrair ADN de cabelo, unhas, pele ou sangue. Mas os restos mortais do Ground Zero muitas vezes já não tinham ADN. Apenas um tipo de tecido humano podia ainda apresentar ADN, o osso. Tem sido o foco da investigação desde então.
This is the start of the DNA process for World Trade Center identification. This is the bone grinding room. This is where we're going to take remains and pulverize them into a very fine powder. This is the first step, and it's a very important step. The finer the powder we can pulverize the remains into, the more access to the cells we're going to have. Bone material is some of the hardest of the biological materials to extract DNA from.
Inicialmente, os cientistas usavam um almofariz para moer amostras de ossos humanos até ficarem em pó. Depois, os químicos separavam as células até só restarem as cadeias de ADN. Nestas cadeias, os cientistas podiam identificar o perfil de ADN único de cada pessoa. Mas como iriam corresponder esses perfis às vítimas?
The profile itself is pretty much worthless unless you have something to compare it to, and that's where the real power of DNA profiling comes in, being able to compare it to a data bank of reference samples and making matches.
A equipa tinha de criar uma base de dados com o ADN das vítimas. Pediram às famílias para entregarem amostras, bens pessoais íntimos dos seus entes queridos.
We had razor blades, we had underwear, we had Kleenex, we had electric razors, anything and everything that might have biological material on it.
O mais útil eram as escovas de dentes.
You would get a DNA analysis of the cells in the toothbrush and compare it directly to the DNA profile of the remains. Most of our identifications came that way.
No primeiro ano, o Gabinete de Medicina Legal identificou os restos mortais de 1.432 vítimas e devolveu-os às suas famílias. O ADN foi crítico em 70% dessas identificações. Entre os restos mortais enviados às famílias em 2002 estava uma clavícula de Geoff Campbell. Chegou no dia de anos de Maureen.
It actually gave me a bit of, not peace, but to think, yes, you know, Jeff is still around, as it were. He's remembered me on my birthday.
I honestly did not think that we would find anything. And I had made peace with that, but there is something to be said for having something identified. I don't like to call it closure. I don't like to say it helps to move on, but it does make a difference.
A família Campbell queria dar a Geoff um funeral católico. Mas disseram-lhes que precisavam pelo menos de 3 partes do corpo. Eles só tinham um osso.
We didn't know how many other parts were going to be identified, and so we didn't know what to do, you know, in terms of buried or anything. So we just kept it at home.
Tudo o que a família podia fazer era esperar, sem saber se o Gabinete de Medicina Legal iria identificar e entregar mais restos mortais de Geoff. Em outubro de 2002, as famílias de mais de 1.300 vítimas ainda aguardavam, na esperança de qualquer pista de que os restos mortais pudessem ajudar a seguir em frente. O pai de Jacqueline Fanning, o chefe dos bombeiros Jack Fanning, foi visto pela última vez no lobby da Torre Sul a preparar o centro do comando para coordenar a evacuação.
Knowing that there were people alive in that building, he would never have left. That didn't surprise me at all. We waited really thinking they were going to find them, but they never found my dad. The first 3 years after it, I couldn't deal with it. I got very involved in drugs and alcohol and just couldn't keep it together. My whole life fell apart.
Com uma sensação de perda profunda, Jacqueline estava desesperada por qualquer coisa que a pudesse ajudar a sentir algum tipo de ligação com o pai.
This is my dad's helmet that was found at the site at Ground Zero. You could see it's melted and burnt, crushed. And the fire department called me, and to see it, I was scared to see it. It doesn't really look like a helmet anymore. And thank God I have it, because it's the only thing I have. You just kind of accept that you don't have anything back, you know? And then you kind of get scared to get the phone call that they have remains, because you're scared for all of it to be reopened again. We had his memorial at a church on October 6th of 2001, and I didn't want a coffin because I didn't want one with nothing in it. It did not bring any closure for me, that's for sure.
Com as famílias de 1.300 vítimas ainda à espera, o Gabinete de Medicina Legal continuou a testar mais de 9.700 fragmentos não identificados. Embora a taxa de sucesso estivesse a diminuir, continuavam a fazer correspondências. Mas, por esta altura, muitas eram identificações repetidas. A 20 de julho de 2004, mais 3 partes do corpo de Geoff foram identificadas e enviadas para a família.
So we've had 2 of these caskets come back. Each bag has a part number on it. You can actually see his name's actually on there, and the body part number. So that part number, you know, is a unique number for each individual piece of remains that has been found. You know, when we opened them, there's just that very odd, slightly chemical but slightly musty, sort of decaying smell.
A pedido de Matt, o laboratório enviou o processo dos restos mortais do irmão.
This one is his right scapula. And this one here is his femur. And this one is his sacrum.
Estas 3 partes do ombro, perna e pelvis tiveram um enorme significado para a família. Finalmente puderam dar a Geoff funeral católico.
On the day that the casket was placed, we had 31 roses. He was 31 years old when he died, white roses. My mum and dad, who were in their 90s, came along, and one by one, we put the roses here.
It was a very lovely service. I was glad the family had something to bring back home. But I distinctly remember that day. It brought me back to like when it first happened.
Em 3 anos, apenas foram feitas 162 novas identificações, deixando 1.159 famílias sem nada. Para eles, o que aconteceu a seguir foi um golpe terrível. A 22 de abril de 2005, o Gabinete de Medicina Legal enviou uma carta a explicar que a investigação iria parar.
We had exhausted the technology at the time. It wasn't advanced enough for us to generate DNA profiles from highly degraded bone fragments that were exposed to all these elements at World Trade Center. So the decision was, let's not continue, because at that point, you're not going to make any more identifications, you're just going to use bone sample.
Para os familiares ainda à espera, como o Charles Wolfe, cuja mulher Catherine perdeu a vida no 96º andar da Torre Norte, a notícia foi dolorosa de ouvir.
If we reach the limits of science, and they're going to take a breather until new things are developed and go back, I take them at their word. I took them at their word. And so there's nothing else one can do.
Para o diretor do Gabinete de Medicina Legal foi o fim do caminho. Bob Scheller reformou-se em 2005. A investigação tinha deixado uma marca indelével.
I still remember the day that we had the closing of the World Trade Center site. And the people were all standing and they were all cheering for us. And I don't feel like a hero. I didn't feel like I belonged in that parade. I felt like I should have been in the laboratory. Because we had so much work to do yet. And while we were standing down there, waiting to finish the ceremonies, the swirl of wind came through. It just swirled through the whole World Trade Center site and just went up into the sky. And it felt like it just felt like the spirits were being taken out. That's how I looked at it.
Sob a chefia de Bob Scheller, os restos mortais de quase 1.600 vítimas do 11 de setembro foram identificados e devolvidos às famílias. Mas ainda estavam centenas de famílias à espera de algo, qualquer coisa, para diminuir a perda. Então, apenas 7 meses depois, uma descoberta trouxe uma esperança inesperada.
Construction workers prepare to demolish a 41-story bank building heavily damaged on September 11th. As many as 300 tiny pieces of human bone fragments have been found in the building.
Poderia esta descoberta incrível mudar alguma coisa? Após terem sobrevivido aos eventos terríveis do 11 de setembro e depois ficarem expostos aos elementos durante 4 anos, poderiam estes preciosos fragmentos humanos ser identificados? Na primavera de 2005, a missão para identificar os restos mortais recuperados do Ground Zero tinha parado. Os especialistas forenses tinham esgotado a tecnologia existente. Mas Nova York não podia esperar. A reconstrução do local do World Trade Center estava pronta para começar. Então, em setembro de 2005, os trabalhadores que limpavam o telhado do edifício do Deutsche Bank, prestes a ser demolido, fizeram uma descoberta extraordinária. Misturados com a gravilha estavam fragmentos de osso.
I went up on the rooftop. I was able to confirm that indeed they were bone fragments, and they, although small, looked like there was a good potential that they were human.
Brad e a sua equipa meticulosamente peneiraram e recolheram cada fragmento. Em 6 meses, encontraram 783 fragmentos humanos no local.
So this is the location of the Deutsche Bank here. Here is the footprint of the North Tower, South Tower, and Deutsche Bank is right here. So this is where there was that discovery of the bone fragments on the rooftop.
O edifício do Deutsche Bank ficava a 122 metros das Torres Gêmeas. Como tinham estes restos mortais ido ali parar?
We went back and we analyzed the film of the planes hitting the building, and you can see the fireball.
Quando o primeiro avião chocou com a Torre Norte, na explosão, destroços foram lançados pelo outro lado. Era concebível que restos mortais tivessem sido lançados passando pela Torre Sul e aterrando no telhado do edifício do Deutsche Bank?
We were sifting through, we would occasionally find pieces of greenish metal that look consistent with what I've seen in the past with airplane wreckage.
As provas apontavam para os restos mortais serem de passageiros e tripulação do voo 11 da American Airlines, o avião que atingiu a Torre Norte. Mas identificar a quem pertencia cada fragmento era impossível com as técnicas existentes.
Fragments had been sitting for 5 years, exposed to the sun and the rain and everything that destroys DNA. So the amount of DNA that was going to be in these was going to be very, very small amounts.
A equipa tinha de tentar algo novo. Usaram nitrogênio líquido para congelar os ossos antes de os transformar em pó.
So that freezing process will make the bone fragment very brittle. We want to shatter those bone fragments and help us pulverize it and mill it, grind it into a very fine powder. The more fine the powder, the more access to the cells we're going to have.
Transformar o osso num talco excepcionalmente fino foi um avanço.
I was amazed at the results, the amount of DNA profiles we could generate from those. I never would have thought that we would be that successful.
Como resultado, as famílias de 30 dos passageiros e tripulação a bordo do voo 11 da American Airlines receberam restos mortais dos seus entes queridos. Mas para o Gabinete de Medicina Legal, as implicações desta nova técnica foram enormes. Em junho de 2007, anunciaram que cada um dos restos mortais não identificados do Ground Zero, cerca de 10.000, seriam novamente testados.
The going back to all the remains, let's try it again. Something we've tried 5 times, let's do it again. Apply the new technology and see what you can get.
Em 18 meses, reexaminaram cada fragmento. Testaram ADN onde não tinha sido encontrado nenhum. E obtiveram resultados. Em março de 2008, a família Campbell, em Sussex, recebeu notícias de Nova York. Mais uma parte de Jeff estava a caminho de casa.
This one sort of threw us a bit because it wasn't a bone fragment. It was his hair and scalp and other bits of soft tissue and stuff. So you can sort of make out there, and that's obviously his hair and his scalp. And that was his right mandible with, I think there's three teeth there. And this was a lot harder to deal with. I actually remember the gasp that Mum took when she looked at this.
It was a shock, but I really felt he'd really come home.
Esta parte de Geoff acalmou o pior medo de Maureen, que o seu filho tivesse sofrido com os incêndios antes das Torres Gêmeas caírem.
My fear was that he was in these terrible flames and had to make decisions what to do or was burnt. And the fact that it wasn't singed at all, the hair, you'd have thought that would have been a little bit singed or anything like that. It really did bring me comfort, but I think, no, I was really quite at ease. He had black sort of spiky hair, and he had it about that length. And remember you cut some, you put it in a locket for me, and I felt really at peace with that.
A família Campbell não foi a única a receber mais restos mortais. Mais 1.757 fragmentos foram identificados usando a nova técnica. Mais 25 famílias receberam restos mortais dos seus entes queridos pela primeira vez. No fim de 2008, 1.623 vítimas tinham sido identificadas. Mas isso deixava 40% das famílias sem nada para enterrar e criava um dilema doloroso para os projetistas da cidade. Ao longo dos anos, decorreu um debate feroz sobre o que construir no local desolador do Ground Zero. No verão de 2006, começou a construção de um complexo, de uma praça e museu desenhados para homenagear aqueles que ali perderam a vida. Ao mesmo tempo, outra decisão controversa foi tomada pela cidade de Nova York. Todos os restos mortais não identificados seriam transferidos em maio de 2014 para um depósito subterrâneo ao lado do novo museu. Isto foi recebido com horror por algumas das famílias. Michael Burke continua à espera dos restos mortais do seu irmão bombeiro, Billy.
Remains are supposed to be treated with a sort of sacredness and reverence. To have a gift shop here and then down the hall, Billy Burke's remains, it's just strange.
This is the only place we have. Nothing left, Scott, as of right now, that we know of. When you're going to put human remains 70 feet below ground zero, what were you thinking about? This is not something you gawk at. These are people, human people, who died on 9/11. Those remains belong in the medical examiner's office until they find out who they are.
Mas 13 anos depois, e com os últimos testes a terminarem, pode haver realmente esperança para as famílias que ainda não têm nada. No Gabinete de Medicina Legal estão a ficar sem tempo e a pressão é elevada. Mas não vão desistir.
The amounts we're working with are very small at this point. These are all samples that we've attempted multiple times.
Em 2013 começou a terceira fase de testes, com um novo processo de extração de ADN, a incubação. As amostras são aquecidas e arrefecidas ao longo de muitas horas. Está a produzir resultados onde outros métodos falharam.
We've learned that the longer it incubates, the better the DNA yield. This isn't something that can be done in a day. It does take, several days to complete the step. This has been a big step for us. To work with samples in the past gave us zero chance for generating a profile.
É um processo lento e meticuloso. Mas em julho de 2013 foram identificadas 4 novas vítimas.
My family, for my parents, for my brother, for his wife and his son, I take it as a sign that he's okay.
Mas novas identificações tornaram-se raras e até agora, em 2014, ainda não houve nenhuma. No fim do ano, todos os 8.000 restos mortais não identificados terão sido testados com as últimas técnicas.
At some point this year, we hope to finish that, apply this new technology to all the remains and see, how many identifications we made, how many more victims need to be identified.
Jacqueline Fanning ainda não tem notícias do seu pai bombeiro.
Good boy, Sham.
Ela teme que quando os restos mortais forem todos transferidos para o depósito, isso signifique o fim da busca. Hoje ela vai ligar diretamente para o laboratório.
I'm nervous about making the phone call, but I want to know if anything new has gone on, 13 years later that I haven't been notified about. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous of what they're going to say to me on the phone.
Hi, how you doing? I was just looking to see if I can get information. Jack Fanning's daughter.
Mas as notícias do Gabinete de Medicina Legal não são positivas.
They have 8,000 unidentified remains. They're going to keep trying to identify those 8,000 remains, and with as much as they can with technology now. So there is a chance that it will happen, but there's a big chance that it won't.
Em maio de 2014, Nova York estava a preparar-se para um dia solene de recordação e para alguns parecia que a história do 11 de setembro estava finalmente a acabar. Mas a missão de identificar restos mortais não tinha sido abandonada e descobertas recentes estão a dar esperança a famílias sem nada. A cicatriz física do Ground Zero está sarada, com um novo memorial e museu do 11 de setembro construídos no local. Matt Campbell, cujo irmão Jeff morreu nos ataques, veio a Nova York para assistir à cerimónia de abertura. Em dezembro de 2013, os cientistas identificaram um 6º fragmento do corpo de Jeff. Mas a família Campbell decidiu que deve ficar em Nova York, onde ele viveu com a noiva Caroline.
Once we found out that his remains were going to be moved to the museum as a permanent resting place, we made the decision to keep his remains here and not repatriate them back to the UK. Mainly so that, if and when Caroline eventually felt that she could bring herself to come down to World Trade, she would actually effectively have a grave, somewhere to go where, knowing that Jeff's actually there.
Jeff's family explained to me that, they're going to leave part of his remains here. It is a comfort to know that part of him is still here in New York, I guess.
Mas Matt tem ainda muitas questões sobre a investigação.
Can I go to 30th and 1st, please?
E enquanto aqui está, quer obter algumas respostas.
We had a bone identified last year. Why has it taken until 2013 to identify Jeff from that bone fragment? Seems a long time. It is a long time.
Hoje ele vai ao gabinete do médico legista para uma reunião privada.
Why, out of the blue, last year, did we get another part of Jeff identified? And they said that was something to do with a change of techniques. This is the third sort of tranche or cycle they've been through sampling.
Ainda podem ser identificadas mais partes de Jeff.
The majority of people identified, it's more common that they've had multiple remains rather than just one or two, which obviously surprised me.
10 de maio de 2014. 8.000 restos mortais não identificados ou não reclamados serão transportados do Gabinete de Medicina Legal para o seu local de repouso final no Ground Zero, incluindo parte do braço de Jeff Campbell.
I mean, I know that Jeff has been identified and we've not claimed him. He's going to be there in that final funeral procession, and then his remains are going to be placed, in the repository forever. For me, it's the final resting place for Jeff. When I first saw what came out, which was effectively a coffin, it brought it home that this is, a final funeral march.
Mas é uma cerimónia que a noiva de Jeff, Caroline, não é capaz de assistir. Ela nunca mais voltou ao Ground Zero desde a morte de Jeff.
There is a little bit of comfort knowing that there's a place I can, when I'm ready to get down to honor his memory.
Desde o 11 de setembro, o Gabinete de Medicina Legal realizou uma das investigações forenses mais revolucionárias de sempre. Ao longo dos últimos 13 anos, 21.906 fragmentos de restos mortais foram recuperados do Ground Zero e em buscas num raio de 2 quarteirões a partir de onde estavam as Torres Gêmeas. Identificaram com sucesso os restos mortais de 60% das 2.753 vítimas e devolveram-nos às famílias. O seu trabalho alargou os limites da ciência.
There's a lot of technology that we apply to our homicide investigations or our missing persons investigations that we've helped identify or solve based on what we've learned from World Trade Center. So it has advanced forensic science greatly.
As técnicas atuais vão, mais uma vez, ficar esgotadas no fim deste ano. Mas continuam a ser descobertas relíquias do 11 de setembro. A 24 de abril de 2013, uma peça do trem de aterragem do avião que chocou com o World Trade Center foi descoberta, encaixada entre 2 edifícios a um quarteirão do Ground Zero.
I just saw a piece of mechanical equipment wreckage. After it sunk in, I realized it was actually like a piece of a murder weapon. How many other parts are around here? They thought maybe there was, pieces of DNA evidence, like pieces of bones and everything.
O Gabinete de Medicina Legal espera escavar novas áreas em volta do Ground Zero e continuar a fazer testes se forem desenvolvidas novas técnicas.
This team is committed, as committed today as it was in 2001, to making these identifications, and we will do that. Continue to advance the systems and see if we reach a point where we can go back and start generating DNA profiles on remains that we haven't been successful with.
Para as famílias de mais de 1000 vítimas, a espera continua.
My wife is stuck in 2001. 9/11 devastated my family. Now, if she could get parts of her son back, it'd be a miracle.
I would still want the call even if it was 25 years later. I would want to know.
It would be kind of interesting to find out if they called me up and said, we got something. It would be a rush of emotion, I imagine. And really, what they did that day.
So many other fathers that were down there and they never recovered anything. I felt, they're asking me, do you feel good that you found him? There's no closure. I mean, he's not going to walk back in the room. So he's still gone. My heart aches every day. But at least I have a cemetery I can go to and I'll sit there and talk to him, or I'll come here and talk out there.
You cannot give up hope. You have to keep going and going. Once you give up hope, it's all over. You're finished.